Good evening, one and all present here. I'm going to discuss about some toxic effect of a nanomaterial. In last three presentation, we listened for the advantages of nanomaterials in various fields. Now I am going to discuss about the toxic effect of nanomaterials in medical and environmental and some biological effects. So, what is nanotoxicology? Why we are looking about the nanotoxicology? Nowadays, many researchers are working with nanomaterials because of quantum size effect and larger surface area to volume ratio. Nanomaterial have unique properties compared with their counterpart. So, when we are using element like gold, it is become highly active in a nanomaterial dimension. These may exhibit some toxicity effect also. The reason for toxicity of nanomaterial, as it is well known that the particle size of the material decreases, the surface area to volume ratio it is increased. So it leads to special characteristic properties as well as different adverse effect on environment. Due to the quantum size of these nanomaterials also possess toxicity. As the developing concept of in nanomaterial have the more advantages and also have some disadvantages. So it is necessary to care about toxicity of nanomaterials also. So that's what I quoted here. It is necessary for all to concentrate on second side of the coin. Now the researchers are working on or put forward their effort to create a new generation of science with minimum or without adverse effect to the society. These are all the three reasons could be a risk of nanomaterial. The nanomaterials are more reactive and it will accumulate easily, and lack of knowledge about nanomaterial. These are all the main three reasons the nanomaterials are in risk. So why we have to worry about the nanotoxicology, so nanomaterial toxicity. So inhaled nanomaterial have the potential to pass directly to the brain and from the blood into the bloodstream. So from the lungs into the bloodstream. These are all some examples for marine pollution nanoparticles in the human brain. This is a thin sectioning of human brain. When they were observed under microscope, they could able to see the magnetic nanoparticle in the human brain. And also ingested nanomaterial can pass from the gut into the bloodstream. This is one examples of ingested titanium dioxide on mice. So we could see when we are increase the concentration, we can see some nanomaterial accumulation in brain. So these are all four routes. These are all four routes: nanoparticle or nanomaterials administered. So in oral or in intravenous administration, everyone might have discussed about the advantages. So I am Now I am concentrate little on disadvantages. So the oral and intravenous administration um, um, has some disadvantages. It's passed through metabolism in the liver, and pulmonary and transdermal route. The disadvantages and the local toxicity and translocation into systemic circulation. So these are all the nanomaterials in the daily life and their toxicity. So mostly our day-to-day life, we are using zinc oxide nanomaterial and titanium dioxide nanomaterial and silica and silver nanoparticle. Mostly we are using we are using silver nanoparticle in the ointment and cosmetic, and gold nanoparticle for drug delivery application, and polymer nanoparticle also for mostly in drug delivery applications. And these are all the nanoparticles. The target size and different mechanism may be responsible for the biological effects. In terms of noble metal nanoparticle, gold, silver, and the platinum, palladium nanoparticles are noble metal nanoparticles. It act as a inert material. So it is acting as a carrier for the fabricated compounds. Then studies are proving that when we are conjugated with the polymers or some compounds, nanomaterials has less toxic. So these are all some examples of nano fabricated products in market. Nano gold cream and nano silver incorporated toothpaste for it is used as an antibacterial and fight against mouth ulcer, and a nano incorporated lightening cream, and keratin gold shampoo, and nano zeolite detoxification supplement, and this one is nano silver cleanser soap. These are all approved by FDA as generally recognized as safe. So these are all some products are already available in market, and some point of time, due to some negative effect or disadvantages, it is stopped. In the March 2006, some people were admitted in hospital because of respiratory problem. Then after diagnosis, they came up these magic nano used as a strengthening material for a tennis racket and golf club and stain resistant fabric. So because of this, the leaching or component gone through after gone through safety test, because of concentration and because of leaching, the people are affected with respiratory problem. So in the year of 2006, the product has stopped. Then the well-known product, the Laurel Revital Li-Fi. So this will used for skin lightening, and it will give vitamin D for skin. So after some point of time, for beginning, the eyes felt soft and looked and shiny, but after some point of time, the people are suffered. It is not comfortable, and it causes some adverse effect in eye. So this product also stopped after some point of time. And this is nano socks. This contain a silver nanoparticle. This particle helps to kill bacteria and fungus that makes our feet smell. So Many people's with smelly feet will benefit from this nano socks actually. So there is no negative mark or disadvantages or reported so far. So some advantages I have to quote the nanotechnology for improving the economy. So the nanomaterials are used in electric power and information and semiconductor technology, in refrigerator, in automobile industries and cell phones. So some nanomaterials are used and improving the quality of life. The nanomaterial played as a major role in medical tests and mammography and cancer treatment and smoke detector and body armor and dentistry. Nowadays, in dental field, nano fabricated or nano coated teeth are available in market. So coming to the zinc oxide nanoparticle, is used in sunscreen and food additives and pigment and biosensor. It is suspected of increasing the expression of metallothin gene, which is considered as a biomarker in metal-induced toxicity. So the reduce the it is reduce the cell viability in a dose dependent and time dependent manner. So coming to titanium dioxide nanoparticle, these nanoparticles are currently used in a different field as a pigment and thickener, and in cosmetic and skincare product as a UV absorber. Then it is nowadays TiO2 nanoparticle used as artificial medical implant and bone. Instead of earlier people are using the magnesium implant material, but based on durability and the toxicity of that material, nowadays TiO2 titanium is very strongest material, and now it is used as implant material. Compare than magnesium, titanium is used nowadays. And, silica nanoparticle and in TiO2 nanoparticle is a low toxicity because it will not appear to significantly penetrate the skin. It will not penetrate easily in the skin. Silica nanoparticle. Silica is commonly used as anti-caking and agent in food products. This nanoparticle, the nanoparticles are improve the quality of their the products as a thickener in paste, carrier of flavor, control foaming in beverages. So literatures are proving that long-term in vivo studies to confirm their safety profile, and very few literatures are available with toxicity of silica nanoparticles depends on silica and silicon dioxide nanoparticles depends on size, dose, and cell type. So silver nanoparticle, this will be used as antibacterial and antiviral agent in mainly to treat. It is used in fabricated in ointment as treat the infection for burns and open wounds and chronic ulcer and acne. And it is act as antimicrobial agent in toothpaste, shampoo, air sanitizer, and detergent. And as I mentioned earlier, silver-based resin used as dental medical devices. And studies, many studies are suggesting that the conjugated nanomaterial, if we are conjugating with other compound or the polymeric material, shows less toxicity. And many of them are having this doubts which one is more toxic, whether it is silver ion or silver nanoparticle. So if in the form of silver ions is toxic to microbes and humans. So if it is converted to a silver nanoparticle, it has less toxic. So gold nanoparticle for drug delivery application. Compare than other the material gold nanoparticles are used as the conjugated material, and this nanomaterial co-administration of drug and can enhance the therapeutic efficacy. The gold nanoparticle bind with thiols and amines group have used for developing gold nanoparticle as a vector for various drug and biological molecules. Compare with other noble material. Gold nanoparticles are is an inert material because positively charged gold nanoparticle exerted greater influence on cellular toxicity because they were more easily transported through negatively charged cell membranes. And the polymer coated gold nanoparticle possess more activity compared than bare gold nanoparticles. So these are all some exposure route and exposure route of gold nanoparticles, nanomaterials, and then what are all the disease caused because of nanomaterial inhalation and ingestion and orthopedics implants. So many researchers are involved in nanomaterial study for drug delivery and wastewater treatment and some more applications, etc., etc. So the most of the nanomaterial primary route is inhalation and dermal route. Because in all the process of synthesis, gas phase, vapor deposition, and the colloidal synthesis, for almost in all the nanoparticle process synthesis, the primary route of nanoparticle exposure is inhalation and dermal. So while we are involved during synthesis process, we have to protect ourselves. So we do not know how it is affect our human health. So then coming to next one, disciplines of toxicology. We can categorize into two: biological toxicology and environmental toxicology. I am going to explain more about in environmental toxicology. So nanoparticles in air. Nanoparticles nanoparticle released into the terrestrial environments are less likely to spread because of their immobility. They can enter in the human body through swallow or direct skin contacts. Nanoparticle in soil system. The nanoparticle can penetrate soil directly through fertilizer and plant product like fertilizer and some nowadays in the products are available in market for the plant growth enhancement and wastewater treatment product also. Why? Because it is bioaccumulate, it will trophically transfer and even causing numerous effect on soil organisms. So the literatures are available with unexpected effect on the plant associated fungus and bacteria have already been reported. So plant associated fungus and bacteria, um, it is most affected because of the nanoparticles or nanomaterials. And nanoparticle in aquatic system. Nanomaterial may occupy the aquatic system directly, and industrial discharge or wastewater treatment in effluent. The dissolution of nanomaterials may release potentially toxic component into the environment. Then colloidal nanoparticle and natural minerals are alter their interaction with the biota and cause the toxicity to the environment. So the studies are available with zinc oxide particle from algae to microalgae to Daphnia. So they used zinc oxide nanoparticle for this study. So this graphical representation, proving that there are more accumulation in either in algae or the Daphnia. So nowadays the more threat for the marine environment is micro and nanoplastics. So now the government of India also the concentrate more on micro and nanoparticles in marine environment. So through ocean-based and land-based, most of the micro and nanoplastics are from land-based, around 98%, and ocean-based micro and nanoplastic is around 2%. So it is a huge threat for marine invertebrates because it is small size and lightweight and the multicolored, and so because of this the marine entire the marine invertebrates this is affecting some of the representative symptoms also: abnormal behavior and inflammation and malfunction of organs, and sometimes the death also occurred because of micro and nanoparticles in environment. So the zinc oxide nanoparticles toxicity to Daphnia plex. Comparing with the bulk zinc oxide and zinc salt. Zinc substance have similar mode of action, and that released zinc ions are main contributors to zinc oxide nanoparticle toxicity in Daphnia. So because of this because of this some disadvantages, we have to care about nano waste management also, because nano waste is very hard to monitor due to its nanoscale dimension. So when we are dispose our nanomaterial in lab also, we have to careful with that. The disposal of such waste does not mix up with harmful effect on health and environment. So these are all some disposal route of nano waste. We can use thermal processing or chemical or physical or biochemical processing. The thermal processing is incineration, or physical is landfilling. So whichever is possible, we have to we have to go with that. Then in physical and chemical processing, we can recycle if possible. So material also we can recover. So if once we are dispose our nanomaterial in proper, or we have to handle our handle the nanomaterial as a hazardous material. So now many studies are going with nanotoxicology studies in environmental or in marine environment also. So we have to care about the disposal of our nanomaterial. So finally, I finished with my presentation with a small quote. The small is beautiful, but dangers also comes in a small particle. I'm happy to answer if audience are have questions on this nanotoxicity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the crisp presentation, and it was very informative. Participants, kindly ask the queries if you have any in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and we can interact with the speaker. The session is open for the question and answer. Sir, if possible, can you display the slide of contact so that if participant is having any queries in the future, they can.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
So, now also we are working on me and my team working on nanotoxicity for marine nanotoxicity for in marine environment in lab condition. We are concentrate on a few of the nanomaterial studies is going on. So that's what I'm unable to display some of our results. In the future, maybe I can present our results on the marine toxicology related.
Definitely, sir. Participants kindly post. Yes, sir. The one question has arisen from Ramya R. Is there any possibility for bioaccumulation and biomagnification of nanoparticles?
Yeah, so studies are proving that some nanomaterials are the accumulate in liver or kidney while we are using as a using for drug applications.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we have a raised hand from Milton Prabhu. Actually, sir, you can unmute yourself and we can interact with the speaker, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening,
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation regarding the toxicity of the nanomaterials. So my concern regarding that of the nanoparticles. So what are the major organs by which these particles can produces its toxicity? Is there any target organ toxicity effect of these particular nanomaterials or particles? And the one more is what are the remedies that we have to suggest as a scientist? We have to give what are the solutions for that particular problem. So I am very much concerning about that. Is there any remedy, or we are working in that particular
in terms of remedy? Almost all the drugs or all the products have some more advantages and some the minimal level of disadvantages also. We can't avoid all the things like drugs also. If you are intake, it will definitely it will accumulate in liver or some internal organs. So we can't avoid, but in a very minimal level. And that's what I mentioned in my slides. In the toxicity in terms of dose dependent and size dependent. So the studies are going on still on nanomaterial toxicity. So we can't avoid also, right? So it has more advantages compared than the previous product. We have to go further, but we have to care about the toxicity also. I am not stating that it is all the products or all the drug formulated things are toxic, but we have to care about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Actually, I just want to add answer for this question. Actually, even yesterday I stated the same thing. Any material is toxic if it is in the higher concentration. Again, I can say that even if you are in Tamil, they used to say amudamum vandu alavukku meerinal amudamum nanju. That's the same case. So again, and I quoted another example also. Even during the chemotherapy for cancer treatment, definitely that product will kill the natural cells, the normal cells also. So it is all how we are providing the drug or how we are going to use this nanomaterial or any material. Even if you are taking the pill, then we have to take it in the proper way as per the physician advice. Otherwise, if we are exceeding that, it will be toxic for all of us. That is my answer for this question.
Why we have to concern about nowadays more researchers are working on nanomaterial, but I am fear that how the people are discard the nanomaterial in a proper way or what that is the main fear nowadays. So nowadays more results come up with the toxic and or toxic materials are there in fishes or the in marine environment. So we have to be careful with that. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Participants, if you have any queries, we can directly chat with the speaker now, or else we can contact the contact details which is displayed over here. So we can see some the compliments which is coming up the chat. That's a very informative talk and a nice presentation. Thanks for the wonderful session. All these things is coming up in the chat box. So I think there are no more queries coming up from the participants. The Imbakandan sir, over to you.
Okay, if there is no questions, okay, thanks to Dr. Stalin Dhas for a crispy and neat presentation, and everybody want to know what is, want to hear about the toxicity of the nanoparticle, and thank you a lot for this neat presentation.